Guys, I figured I'd make a little video why they call these GT350s track ready cars. Making it very clear, I'm not a Ford guy. I don't believe a whole lot in Ford, and I'm not bashing on Ford. Just my experience with them wasn't that great. Like this one right here, $1 million truck, but that's nor there here. Ford has never had me by their handling. Like, they never impressed me with their handling of any sort, but they built quite the, I guess, the Cobra division really upped their game. And oh, my little guys, Cobra really did their trick on this car, and they really prepped it really nice, and it's all functional, you know. That's the beauty of it. The only downer is this little, and I'm pretty sure there's some kind of aerodynamic engineering to this too, because I mean, you can clearly see it goes through. Yeah, it's a through hole. But anyways, what's the fuss all about the whole track ready deal? Is it just the handling, all around car? So that's the point of this video. I've mentioned in my other videos how well this thing handles speed. Some people just go by, oh yeah, you could tell it has all them spoilers and that'll do the trick. I don't know about that. But most of the stuff is functional. And why I say most is, you know, like this part is functional, and then this thing's a dead end. But, you know, you still got your cooling here. You know, there's a lot of engineering behind it. They didn't want to let too much air, or not enough. So this is all functional. You know, this air dam is functional as well. So it handles the speed very well, thanks to all the spoilers. Spoilers isn't like a dead giveaway, but, you know, when they're functional, they do the trick. You know, and then you got a little bit of, man, that lighting isn't that great. I mean, that's functional, you know. You got air going through there and coming out here. So, as far as functionality and practicality, as far as the sports aspect of it, they have blown me away. Like I mentioned, Ford, I don't know. I didn't know that Ford could do such a great job as far as actually giving half a rip about functionality, you know. You rarely run into something that's just there for looks. Yeah, this is for looks, but dude, look at that. That's the engine. So, a lot of heat, you know, takes care of the draft, and not draft, it just sucks the hot air out. It's beautiful, you know. This is what excites me. Functionality is what excites me. This is why I'm so, I know it's off topic, but this is what this car excites me so much about. It's not that it's the best car in the world. It's just so many different approaches could be had with that car. But back to the Ford. As far as spoilers and functionality, I'm blown away, guys. I don't know if I'm phrasing this right. I don't know if I'm wording it right. As y'all notice, I got an accent. I speak 3 languages, and sometimes I confuse myself what the heck I'm talking about. But I do my best to keep it straight. So, all this stuff, 95% of all what you see up front is functionality, and they're built for a purpose. Phenomenal. Thumbs up Ford and Shelby, I should say. The Cobra division. Now, as far as speed, I've mentioned how well it does. I never put any light, and it never shed any light on these brakes. They're phenomenal, guys. They're just phenomenal. The car weighs 3,700 pounds, but it stops it on a dime. Like, I thought these brakes were great, okay? This thing has 8 pistons up front per caliper. You know, like you mechanical guys, you guys know how the caliper pushes on one side and just slides. So if these pistons push, then it pulls this, and, you know, they squeeze. When the pistons slide out, they close in the gap, and now you have 2 contacts. No, what they did here is they have 8 freaking pistons. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Oh shoot, that's right there. But you guys can, I gotta prove my point. That's 4 in there, okay? You see that little bubble? That's the beginning of 4. Per side. That is per side, guys. And if you think this is phenomenal, try that. Night and day. I'm not discrediting this brake system. It's plenty, and it does the job very well. Mercedes tried something different on this thing. It's like a simulator. These brakes are electric, really. The brake pedals, I'm going way off subject, but I'll share that with you another time. This is the real deal, okay? 4,000 pound car. Man, what is going on with my focus, guys? Bear with me. Let me wipe the ones. I'm not good at editing, so I'm not going to try to do anything different here. So, just fine. The brakes are just fine for this $4,000 car. 4,000 pound car. This car, 3,700, my little ones, 3,700 pounds, and it freaking stops like 2,500 pounds. Like, it just stops. Like, you never have to put, you know, a lot of pressure on that brake pedal. My kids, man. Hey, props to my little son. He's teaching his little sister how to drive, and he's getting frustrated, but he doesn't lose it, you know. But anyway, so as far as brakes, they overdone it. They overkilled it. And you're going to say, well, wait till you get to the track. These aren't carbon ceramics. Psh, they do just fine. Didn't feel them fade. I mean, of course, I wasn't pushing the car for hours on end. But they did not fade, and they didn't give me any idea that they're getting hot. They brake like they're supposed to. I know this sounds a little weird, but it'll make sense to you guys that know much about brakes. They actually start braking a little bit better, like a little bit more aggressively. Keep in mind, sorry guys, a bee's chasing me. Keep in mind, these things don't need much. The brake pedal, you don't need to give them much to stop you on a dime. So when I say they start braking better, man, that bee won't leave me alone. When I said they start braking better, that means I have to tap the brakes even lighter for it to be more, you know, to get the same effect. So you all know what I'm talking about. There you have it. Now, as far as the aspect of it being ready, so I covered aerodynamics more or less, and the functionality of those aerodynamics. Big props to Ford, you know, in this division. But as far as braking, I'm blown away. Have I driven a Ford before? You know, the Shelby division? Yes. Was I surprised? No. Whatever. Wasn't impressed, so. But anyways. Now, the aspect of the interior. Man, this bee, I don't know if you guys can see it, just won't leave me the heck alone. When I start talking about it, I get shy. Anyway, so the interior, I mean, look at this stuff here. Let me start it up for you guys. Oh no, I can't start it. My little one's up front. She's gonna freak out. But anyways, look at the functionality of this. Something's going on with my camera today. Anyways, just look at that. I mean, you got like real deal gauges here. You know, you got oil pressure, and then you got temperature. Man, this tank is small. That's the thing, so it's not big. Either I'm gonna have to change my camera or something. Something's just going off my camera. I just can't figure it out. Let it focus right there. So if we... Oh, I gotta put you on hold. My little one's crying for me. Anyways, boys, back to this. I figured I'd start. I was sitting in the car talking to my daughter, and it got hot in here. Turn it up a little. I'm on empty. This tank is small. I'm just not used to it. It has the same fuel efficiency as my Mercedes, but it just goes through it so fast. 13.6 was my average. Anyways, back to the point of this being, you know, as far as fundamentally and practicality, it's all there, guys. I'm blown away. Now, let me talk about these gauges and not forget the fact that I've circuited this car. Like, I've went around laps and circles. I've done drag racing from a dig. I've done drag racing from a roll, like 45, 50 miles an hour. Guys, look at this. What car that you know that you buy off the lot has all these options as far as details? Look at that. Fuel to air ratio, axle temps, cylinder head, intake air temps. That's a big issue with that car when it's hot out and I'm doing pull after pull. It's just, you can't really do pull after pull. Engine oil, trans voltage. I mean, I'm just blown away. For Ford to have this is pretty phenomenal. I don't know if it's Ford all around or it's just Cobra's pushing Ford this way, whatever the deal is. You know, the steering wheel for a sports car, here, let me zoom out. it's wonderful. I'm not a big Alcantara guy, but this steering wheel is wonderful, you know? I know I've done in my other videos where I complained about the seats. Yeah, they suck for dailies, but look at these bolsters. I mean, when I went around the track, absolutely no issue whatsoever. I mean, that's what they're built for. You know, this car's track-ready car. And that's what the video's all about. Is this car really track-ready? Absolutely. What about cooling? You know, that car, I do, like, for example, a drag race at the track, because you have to sit there in line, it heats up, and then you go down this drag strip, it heats up some more, right? This thing heats up in line. I'm not, like, saying like, astronomically, but you can see these temps go up as far as inlet air. That's, you know, the air coming in the engine. But once you start ripping, it just goes down in the air temps. What I wanted to underline is when I was doing track, meaning a circuit, non-stop, go, go, go. You know, you guys know what a circuit is. These temps really didn't take off anywhere. They just hung out in there. You know, I did probably 10 laps back to back, you know, 10 times back to back of rolling races. This thing didn't really go anywhere. Like these oil temps, the trans temp, you know, I was watching the trans temp. I think it usually hovers plus minus 150 or something like that. Or maybe 140 went up to 150. But anyways, the temp went up 10 degrees, guys. 10 degrees, that's all it went up. You know, I know it's a manual gearbox, but, you know, still jamming gears hard on the throttle. I mean, everything should be heating up. Oil temp really didn't go anywhere. Air intake temp is just awesome. Beauty of an NA, you always got the power there. Cylinder head temp, I think it went up by 8 degrees. Nothing at all. Nothing that bothered me. Why I stopped was I was running out of fuel. I started more or less about 3/4 of a tank. You know, 10 laps and I was done. Got to keep in mind, you know, it's probably a 2.8 to 3 miles. Well, probably about 2.5 to 2.8. Not quite 3 miles from start to start. So for me to go down the drag strip and I always took the long way so the car could cool off. I don't know. I got this theory. I'm so used to that E55 always being hot that I always got to let her breathe and cool off before I go back around. So by the time I'm done with the 1/4 mile and then my, you know, small piece of the circuit that they allow you to cruise on and cool your car off and then come to the line and run back up, it's a little over 2 miles. So 10 of those, you know, you do the math, and I was running out of fuel already. So anywho's, and my buddies wanted to leave, so it was a mixture of things. But that's never the case with that Mercedes. I'm like heat soaked. One trip and I'm heat soaked, maybe two. I might do, you know, 2 of them back to back, and then I park the car for an hour or so it cools off. This thing, no, dude, this thing performed wonderful off a dead end or dead stop. Wonderful off of a rolling and track. I mean, there's no issues with it, like whatsoever. So yes, 100% track ready car. You know, I tracked it. It was about 90 degrees outside. I did dig drag racing about 70 degrees outside, and the rolling races were like 90s again. Now, like 95, 98 now that I think about it. We're a few numbers away from 100. It was cooking out there. And this car just didn't care. Anyway, so much with me yapping. Just want to share my experience with you guys. Yeah. Anyways, that's the plaque on the car. I should show you guys a little thing that Ford does. Half fits in the house, the other half isn't, but the more important part is in the house. So hold on a sec. Let me show that to you. Alright boys, I figured it'd be easier for me just to bring it out here. So when you buy one of these from Ford, oh, that's wonderful. When you buy one of these from Ford, look at that chassis. It's coated. Same exact chassis. They'll send you one of these in the mail to the original owner. This and like their heritage, not their heritage, like a storybook as well. A few posters. That's all at the office. So anyways, just figured I'd throw that in there. That's it. That's all I wanted to share with you for now. Keep my stories as focused as possible as far as track prepped. There's nothing extra. This thing being 3,700 pounds, you really don't feel it, guys. It brakes like 24, 25. Just the way the engine is, it's dead on low. I mean, my book dead, because this thing's a torque monster, and So it's unfair for me to even bring that up. But just, this is a high-end engine, as y'all could tell. So she moves. She scoots really nice on mid and high end. Well, mostly high end. Mid, she's alright. Low end, forget it. But this gearbox, guys, you've heard a lot of good things, and you get another thumbs up from me on this gearbox. Absolutely love this gearbox. Very crisp, you know. Like, it is sharp. It is a very sharp. Like, what I like about it, it's nothing sluggish, you know. Like, you're going into gear, boom, that's gear. That's next gear. You know, it's very like knobby. I absolutely love that. It reminds me a lot of BMW's gearbox. But anyways, boys, I'm gonna get going, wrap up this video, and as always, y'all have a mighty fine day, and let me know what you want to know about this GT350. God bless, bye.